Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default. Last time, we departed from Eisenberg and came back here to Grandship, and found out that the ship is very quickly sinking. So we grabbed Orichalcum that Egil found back at the fire near the Mithril Mines, and opened the door here to the engine room, which we're hopefully going to utilize something in here to stop the ship from sinking. Dads and Zats have also come back to help us evacuate the citizens, so there's no risk of them there. But before we go into this engine room, I do want to check up on Narende Village. The only real update for Narende Village is the Valley Parts Shop is still under construction, with about 27 minutes or so left on the clock. So no updates today, as all of my villagers are working on that. Labor. Anyway, our current preparations, I think, are fairly alright. Let me go ahead and swap Ring a Bell to White Magic. There are a few things that I might want to adjust later down the road, but for right now, I think this is okay.
I've never seen an elevator like that. How far down did it take us?
My ears are popping like crazy.
This must have existed since the time that old manuscript was written, but it still looks in working condition.
You know, I have a really bad feeling about this.
It's fine, idiot. It's just a dungeon. Welcome to the engine room. This is a dungeon within Grandship, and it has its own enemies. The Dark Stomper and a Remora. This is also Ninja's real first debut fight for us. So, let's see what you can do, idiot. Ring a Bell, I'm gonna go ahead and have you prep a Blessed Shield just in case. So, the Ninja is very fast, agile, and can deal a decent amount of damage. So, their first major attack is Shipujinrai, sorry about that. Forgot the S in there. And it is a priority attack that will always move first at the beginning of a turn. And it's a fairly strong attack. I think what I'm going to do is just show off Shipujinrai on both enemies. It won't do too much damage as Idia is dual wielding weapons, but it'll be something. And then Agnes, I'm going to go ahead and have you prep some physical defense just in case things get out of hand. Slow down here, Shipujinrai. See, it's not crazy damage because all of Idia's attacks are balanced between two weapons, but it is fairly decent damage for having a high priority. Tiz has acrobatics still equipped on his person, so let's go ahead and mow them down with Crescent Moon. And then Idia, unfortunately, she's dreaded, so I'll just have her hit a Remora normally. This spray right there is a fairly decent attack, but it doesn't do too much damage. Well, the Crescent Moon finish these guys off ideally. There we go. And some decent EXP, and we've almost got level 3 Ninja on Idia as well. This dungeon isn't anything we haven't seen before. There's a reused gimmick and some slightly new monsters, but they're fairly recognizable. Let's see here. There was a closed gate on the other side of that wall there, but now we're being hit by this zombie shark. Okay. So, Tiz, we'll go ahead and prep Nothing Ventured on you, just in case this shark does get an action. And then Ring a Bell, while you do have the Blessed Shield to heal allies, you can also utilize it to deal damage, as I've done many times already. And then Idia, let's go ahead and prep... let's go ahead and utilize the Drain element. Actually, no, he's undead. The undead actually have a very interesting reaction to Drain, as it will actually, while it will damage the enemy, it will also hurt the recipient, as you're basically draining death, which is not a good thing. We'll have Anya's default. We're gonna speed things up. Bang Rush. It's an AoE attack, but Nothing Ventured does good counter damage. Fire, it wasn't their weakness, but as you can see, as I was mentioning in the previous episode, katanas have a lot of crit rate. So they are able to do land critical hits really often, which is a big reason why I like katana lore. And Idia gained a job level and learned evasion 10% up. That is fairly self-explanatory, so I won't go into it at any point right now. Just know that that is actually quite useful, especially if you're not utilizing certain ninja abilities that guarantee you evade attacks. There's a red chest right there, and more enemies. This time, we are face-to-face with a Monodon. Now, I do not fully remember if that thing is undead, so I'm not going to be utilizing Blessing on all the enemies. So we'll play this a little bit more careful. Tiz, you can just do some acrobatics. Then Ring a Bell, we'll have him heal up, and then we'll just have him utilize his single target Blessed Shield. And then Idia, we'll just have her attack normally. I'm not going to worry about the magic. Her damage output will not be nearly as much as she's normally attacking. But I do have one extra trick up my sleeve now that I've shown off the damage output of the ninja normally. Actually, I'll go ahead and experiment real quick and see if the Monodon is undead. It is not. So, we're not going to worry about that anymore. We're going to go to default. Keep everyone alive. Just auto this. Counterattack's coming in handy right there. And then we're just going to have everyone else finish it off. There we go. I'm sure Idia will finish it off here. Or the counter, almost. And Tiz got the first strike. Lots of EXP from fighting both of those guys, but not enough to gain a level up. There is one extra thing I can potentially do to make Idia's physical attacks, well, regular attacks, fairly strong, and it is by equipping Multitask, as it has a chance of adding to her attack power, and because it will have more attacks. It's pretty useful. 1000 peak right there. A very common strategy I'll be utilizing with the ninja is just spamming regular attacks with certain elements applied to it or special abilities applied to it, such as multitask. So, it's a fairly popular strategy, at least I think so. We're going to be setting up Crescent Moon. Let's go ahead and set up our auto battle, and then we'll see where we go from there. There we go. There's multitask proccing right there. Look how many critical hits she's landing. She almost took out that entire squad herself by utilizing single target regular attacks. It's very strong, and she's only job level 3. Imagine how strong Ninja is at later levels, because again, the potency of jobs are based on their job level. So the higher the level, the more damage and consistent they'll be. Going down this bottom left staircase, I think this is a way forward. So I'm going to go to the right. Oh, enemies get first strike here. Let's go down here. Let's see what we got. Looks like it's a treasure chest. Turbo Ether. So, let's see here. Let's just go ahead and follow this path. Is there anything on the other side of that wall, I wonder? There we go. I think that'll be a job level up. Yeah, for Idia. And she learned Utsusemi. Utsusemi. Evade a physical attack 1 time. This pairs extremely well with not only Ninja's high evasion, but also transients, as we saw with the Kikyo encounter, where she applied Utsusemi, and then as soon as she evaded an attack, transients procced and dealt quite a bit of damage to us. Set up here, there's a red chest. The gold hourglass, alrighty. And then this path leads down to another set of stairs right here. And enemies, of course. There we go, another fight down, and Tiz is going to be the one gaining the job level here, and learns Confuse Immunity. Well, that'll be really useful, especially as a physical attacker with high speed. Let's go up these stairs here. And what are we looking at here? A switch. What does that open? It activates one of those gears. This is similar to the dungeon within Anchime, as we have to activate that door. There's a staircase to the bottom right of this base floor that I have not been in, so I will see you back over by there. On the way back over to that staircase, Anya's gained a level up. Alright, back at the staircases, let's go down this one. This is the bottom right staircase of the base floor. This leads to another really long corridor here. Another staircase, and a few forks in the road. Let's go to this far left one first. There we go. And with that fight, everyone else will gain a level up. And maybe, an almost job level 5. And continue heading to the left, and we're met with a treasure chest with 2,000 peak. Okay, I'll take it. And going down further will net us a cross axe. Let's check that out. While we don't have a pirate on our team right now, the cross axe will do 50% more damage to demon kind of monsters. So keep that in mind if you're going up against any demons. Alright, there we go. Let's heal up. Okay, and let's head down this one. And this leads us to basement 29, it looks like. And this is slightly similar to the floor we just came from, with a few more forks in the road. Touch this, get ourselves a hammer mace. Now, we actually do have a rod user on our party right now, so let's check that out. Hammer mace. It's utilized for combat and crafting, so it's not really the best for any, like, magic attack groups. Like, if you're running a black mage or something, it's not the best for that, but if you're utilizing a rod for physical means, I guess you can equip it. Alrighty. Nothing over there. Looks like this might not be a dead end, maybe? No, this leads to just more road. Let's check down what's over here. This is a treasure chest and a few enemies. And with that fight, Idia gained job level 5 on Ninja and learned the Comeback Kid support ability. Comeback Kid. Magic attack and physical attack each rise 25% for 3 turns, with each physical attack evaded. Once again, Ninja's toolkit synergizes very well with each other. This works wonders alongside Transience and Utsusemi, and even evasion 10% up. It allows the ninja to just constantly gain physical attack bonuses and just deal out more damage without taking any damage themselves. Really, really strong. This is the Raikiri. Oh, I rolled my R's there, like really hardcore there. Let's heal up, and then let's check out the Raikiri. Now, this weapon is a bit unique, at least among katanas. Weapon attacks deal lightning damage, makes the wielder immune to lightning damage. So not only will it deal lightning damage, it makes you fully immune to those effects. I am torn whether I give this to Tiz or to Idia. I think it would probably be best, for right now at least, to give this to Tiz. While, yes, Idia could potentially do more damage without, any real issue, thanks to the Raikiri, giving Tiz this option of dealing lightning damage will probably be for the best, as most enemies here are either weak to lightning or, at least aren't immune to it. So, I'll give it to him for right now. Idia does have access to sword magic, so the elemental bonus is not exactly the most appealing to her. Okay, so this leads to another staircase, but there's still a little bit more to explore. That's a dead end. And then over here is another red chest. Alright, so what's this red chest have? Bacchus wine. Well, that's nice. I'll see you back over there by that top right staircase and see what's on the other side of that fork in the road that we were by. Back by the staircase, over here leads to a blue chest, which we can't grab, and another red chest, which contains a trident. Now this is where spears is a spear for one, and the weapon attacks will deal lightning damage, similar to the Raikiri. Does 25% more damage when attacking multiple enemies at once. So it's sort of a mixture between the Raikiri and the Lubu's spear. So that would be really useful if you're still running a Valkyrie on your team. Obviously, I am not, but that comes in handy. So, I'll see you back at that other staircase. And we're back by this staircase, so let's head up it. And we're met with another hallway, who would have thought? And another staircase, who would have thought? And this staircase leads to more hallways and a liver. Well, that's nice. So that's opened up. I wonder what awaits us on the other side. Let's go over there and find out. Alright, at this elevator, let's push the button. One of my favorite Jackbox games, as a side note. Anyway. This leads us to another room. With a fight in it, of course. I completely forgot to show it, but in that fight just now, Idia gained job level 6 and learned Ikikase, which will raise the number of attacks by 100% for that turn only, with the upper limit for hit count being 200%. This basically allows her to hit higher damage numbers, as the number of attacks you do land in an attack does help in the calculations for how much damage you will deal. So, basically, it increases her chance of actually landing more hits, which will increase her damage output. So, it's pretty useful, but it's only for one turn, so it could be hit or miss. In this final room, though, at least it looks like a final room, there is the red chest on the other side of this area that I didn't grab. Let's grab that. And that holds an Arctic Wind. Alrighty, continuing on. We're kind of looping around this area, and this looks a bit suspicious. At the very south part of this room is a hidden area that has enemies in it. Alrighty, after that fairly difficult encounter, Anya's getting leveled up, and that's about it. Unfortunate. Maybe the rest of the gang will catch up. But continuing on this hallway, it's a really long one, will give you a Mega Elixir. Now, similar to the elixirs, this is incredibly rare, and their effects are super potent. If we look at its description, restores the entire party's HP and MP to full. Now, this is up to 9,999 and 999 MP, similar to the elixir, which technically isn't the maximum HP and MP you can get, but it is the best heal you're going to get in the entire game. So keep that in mind. There's nothing right here. This is just a complete dead end, so let's walk over to this other corridor. I also see that the adventurers are down here somehow. With that battle completed, I think everyone else will be joining Anyes in the level 45 camp. And Tiz is almost onto his next Swordmaster level. But yeah, the adventurers down here, I don't know how, but they are. Going over here gives us a barrier shroud. What does that do? That will increase. No, that's magic shell. Will increase our magic defense. But I think that's all the loot here in the engine room. And there's an adventurer here waiting to say hi to us. And you all know what that means. But I think that'll be it for right now. We've explored a lot. We explored an entire dungeon, learned what the ninja could do, and showed off a few new cool little things about them. So, next time on Bravely Defaults, we'll be seeing what we can do to finally free Grandship from its sinking problem, and figure out how the Orichalcum fits into all of this. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.